All right. Hello, everyone. We're here. We have 1,500 fusings to 6 link our chest piece. I just, oh, yesterday, well, actually, this morning, wasn't it? Well, either yesterday or this morning. It's kind of blurred for me because I got woke up at 5 in the morning by one of my cats. I got an Exalted Orb to drop, and I had like 60 something chaos already. I just, while farming other things today, that all the farming I did, I got another 50 chaos. So I had 101, 102 something chaos, and I just spent 50 of it to get the last orbs of fusings I needed to 6 link our chest piece here. So we have everything we need. The colors should stay the same, so we should not need to color it. Now, the reason why I went this route, let me say this real quick. To even get close to the rolls that are on my chest piece, minions have 95% faster start of energy shield and 140% increased energy, which is pretty close to maxing this chest piece out. I would need to spend at least 2 exalts to get close. So I decided to go with the route of buying fusings. I got lucky on selling the Exalt. I sold it directly for the fusings. I've been trying for the last, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour trying to sell it for 960 fusings, but nobody would answer when I tried to contact them to sell it. Somebody just recently put up a deal for 970 fusings for one Exalt, and they decided to go through with it. So I got 970 fusings for my one Exalted.
When I'm ready and not
This was
before.
great because that's what I needed. I need to put this here, go down, and I actually bought the Caldera map, tier 16 Caldera map, ran it to get the 6 linked recipe for 3C. So an extra 3C on top of the cost. If we have it, we click this button, we have a 6 link. All right. This is awesome. I am happy to have a 6 link. I have been noticing in the high tier maps that I have now, since I bought the Caldera, I've been getting a lot of other high tier maps, tier 15s, another tier 16 and things. I have noticed my damage is a little low. So I had to go and get. I knew I needed the 6 link here pretty soon, even with my Guardian and everything, my Animate Guardian and stuff. I needed a 6 link soon. So we have our 6 link. We have Val Summon Skeletons with a 20% quality, which gives them deals increased damage. A minion damage support, which I also just recently qualityed up to 20, which is gives us, more damage. I just did the spell echo up to 20% quality also, and it is in 10% increased spell damage, which should affect minions. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I just got the critical strikes, multi-strike support. This I need to quality up when it dings to level 20. Pierce is now level 19 and needs to quality it up because it gives us increased projectile damage, which should affect our minions, and so does volley support. We need to quality up our. Well, no, actually, we do not need to quality up our hypothermia because that just increases chill duration, which we don't really need to worry about. I am waiting for things to hit level 20 so I can roll them over. I went and bought gems. They're all off in my offhand here. A lot of them anyway. I have another level 19 stone 17 stone golem now, an 18 volley support, an 18 minion life support. I'm still working on seeing if I can get this up to 20 quality and level 20 and then get a level 21, because that would give us movement speed on minions, so that might be really good. I got a Pierce at level 18 now, and a Bone Offering that's also level 18 to replace mine when I do it. Because I do want to quality up the Bone Offering because that gives my minions more cast speed on top of the other things. No need to quality up life life tap because the supported skills deal no damage. Desecrate, no need. It just gives you cast speed. It's just something if you want to, but it's not there. Cursed enemies take increased damage from projectiles. I do want to get this up in levels, so in quality. So I really need to get that. Generosity, no. It's just area of effect. Doesn't matter. Area of effect for zealotry does not matter. Flame dash, cooldown recovery rate, nice but not needed. Ray Spectre, increased minion movement speed, but it only affects the specters, I think. So I don't think that affects all minions like the Animate Guardian does. Increased minions, it says minions multiples. So I think that affects all minions. This just affects the specters. Which would help them get close to me quicker, but it's not really needed. We do want to quality up, like I said, minion life support so we can have increased maximum life. Meat shield does want to be qualityed up because they give minion supported skills have increased physical damage reduction, so my Animate Guardian and my Ray Specters will be tankier. No need for determination, area of effect. We do want Defiance Banner that gives increased effect of Aurora. So that gives armor and evasion rating, critical strike chance, and things like that. So we would like to have that up. Tempest Shield, no need. It gives a chance to shock enemies. It might be possible, but I'm not really sure if I notice a difference. But that would be the last one we would do when we do. Enduring Cry, I would have to just use gem cutters on this, so that'll be later on. But this skill effect duration up would be good. We would have to raise up a complete molten shell to get the. It just gives a skill effect duration, which would be nice, but I'm not looking to do it. I would like to get Summon Stone Golem up because that gives him maximum life, but I also think, if I'm reading that correctly, minions deal increased damage. I think that'll affect all minions, so it would be nice to have him. And we would like to have Feeding Frenzy up so its duration is up longer, but it's not as needed as much as the Stone Golem and things like that. And that is my gems up. My map is more complete now than it was before, as you can see. Like I said, I bought Caldera. Caldera has the 6-link recipe, crafting recipe. So there is that. I've also these here I have not bought. They just dropped for me while I was doing these higher tier maps. So I was able to do a tier 13, tier 15, tier 14, and I also have ready in my stash for tomorrow. These are maps I have not run yet. So I'll be having Frozen Cabins map on there done, Courtyard map, Desert map, Crystal Ore map, Foundry map, Grand map, and a Burrows map, which is going to be kind of dangerous. If the unidentified part is anything of elemental damage reflect, I'm just not going to be able to click this map. It'll just kill my minion when they reflex it back. So it will not be possible to complete for me. Also, I transferred, as you can see, all the Jeweler's Orbs I had into fusings. I had 43 fusings left over, so I had to buy a little bit more than I wanted to, but I got it. I have a couple of things to sell. I don't know how much they're going to be. I'm selling scourings and regrets as they come to, in the numbers that I can sell them. I don't know why this is worth 4 chaos, but apparently that's worth chaos. This is worth 30, mainly because of all the attributes it gives, and it does have maximum energy shield, so it would be for something like a energy shield character, like a witch energy shield, low life, would probably want this. I have this that's worth 2 chaos, so I can sell. This is worth 15 chaos apparently for the 5% chance to ignite and all the life on it. And it also has open suffixes, so it can be put on resistance if it wants. It's got 2 open suffixes that you could. Well, you could probably craft 2 if you do the craft multiple wheels. I have no idea why this is worth so much. Maybe the increased attack speed on it, because there's no life on it, but you can craft life on it. It does have an open prefix, but you can't craft anything else. This is apparently worth. I don't know if this is worth much at all. I only found one other ring like it, and they listed it as 80C. My ring is nowhere near as good as theirs on the Dex and Intelligence and Life roll, so I just went, you know what? 25C would be good for me, so I went with that. This is worth 5C apparently. This is worth 10C if it sells. I have this over here for 5C. It's got a bunch of life, minimum res, but I think it has an open suffix. Suffix. No, it does not. I thought it did. No, okay. So you can't craft anything on it, but it does have the corrupting fever deal on there, so it could be like a. It's also got a lot of life on it, so it could give you things. This I just found. I doubt it's worth anything. I just put it for 2C to see if anybody would ever buy it. All this rest of the stuff has been here a while and is probably just. Let's see. Somebody bought my level 21 20 quality that dropped point blank gem, and and I listed it for 5C. They said they didn't have the C, but would I take a divine orb? I said sure, because that's a 5 extra C on top, because they're worth 10C right now. So yeah, I kind of made money on that pretty well. And let's see, I've leveled a little bit. Now instead of level 86, I'm level 88, so I've gained 2 levels. I put them into the life wheel here, up to 4,400 life. Nothing else has changed on the tree. Let's see. Oh, I do have favored maps now, so I put on a beach map. It's pretty easy to run, and it's a tier 14, so it's actually pretty high. So if I can get that, that would be. My passive tree is getting there. We still have the maps contain additional strong boxes. I have gone and knocked out all of these things here. So no breaches can come, no abysses, no expeditions, no sacred grove, no leviation encounters, no ritual altars, no blight encounters, and no metamorph. The only things that can pop up are rogue high stuff and delirium things. Same thing over here. This is stuff for delirium. I have got a pretty good streak going right now of delirium mirrors popping up in the maps, especially the high tier maps, at least tier 11 or 12, have all had a delirium mirror in them. Secret stash, smuggler's cache, so the heist things. This is a shrine. This over here is shaping the skies, and another shaping the mountains. Gain a free use of random map crafting option, 15% chance to 1 tier higher, so things like that. 3% chance of completing your free use special map crafting item. Harbingers, going up and getting more harbingers. So now they summon a lot more minions. Cooldown recovery rate, and now their currency shards have the chance to drop as an item instead of the shard itself. So say a exalted shard drops, it could be just an exalted orb instead. Haven't had that happen yet, but I have had it happen with some chaos orb, so it has been working out. I'm going to be getting shaping the valleys next. We have shaping the seas, which gives us a maps have a 3% chance to have a special implicit modifier, and maps have 15% chance to be 1 tier higher. And then we're going to get the 10% increased quantity of items and things like that. and mounts have a 15% chance. So if we ever use Fortune Favors the Brave, we're automatically going to get 10% more quantity, rarity, and pack size. But the Fortune Favors the Brave is this right
When
here.
I'm ready and not
It's
before.
3C each time you run it, unless we get lucky and get one of those free things. I am also going to after this get this. I'm thinking about it. I don't think I should yet though. I'm thinking about getting it, but I'm not sure if I should yet. The reason why is because maps have a 200% more chance to be favored maps, but if you're not running the an eject tier, so to get my tier 14 beach, I have to run at least a tier 12 minimum, because the boss of the map has a chance of giving you 2 tiers higher on your map. So it could either give you tier 12 map, a tier 13 map, or a tier 14 map if it goes all the way up. With also the increases I have to chance to get 1 tier higher, it increases my chance to get it to be a tier 14 to get the beach, so it's possible. But it's still a little uncomfortable. I would need to be running tier 13s only, really, to get a good chance of getting beach, because once I run that, I only need to kill 1 tier higher, which means rare enemies instead of just boss enemies also have a big chance to give me a beach map. So that's the way that works. So I'm not sure yet if I want to do this, especially not till I get to at least tier 12 and run that all the time instead of Deeploris, because I'm still doing lower tier maps mainly right now for the completionist. So I'm probably going to just skip that. So if I wanted to, I could go all the way up and get this. Eldritch currency items have a 25% chance to be duplicated for each Eldritch altar used in the area. Items, 25% chance less than greater Eldritch codes to drop as grand Eldritch currency instead for each Elder altar used in the area. So if you have like 2 of them, there's a 50% chance you could get it to be upgraded to a grand. Or I could go this way and grab the Eldritch Gaze and the Rampant Growth. I be mainly doing Eater Worlds. I've done Searing Exarch too, but I have done Eaters of Worlds mainly as my deals. But I also need to go up and grab this here and this over here. So this would be really, really good to have. But I have to go up and around and down, because I don't go over and grab this one. So I have to go up and around and down to get over here. So it's going to be a minute. And then I need this. Your maps cannot be modified for fragments. Your maps have 50% more base chance to extra content. So once I get this, Delirium Mirrors and Rogue Heist Chest, Smuggler Cache things are going to spawn a lot more. I am getting at least one of those things every 2 to 3 maps right now. With this, I will probably get it every other map. I'm thinking that's how it's going to go for me. Until I get into like tier 16 maps running, or tier 14 and above maps, then I might get one every map if I get a good chain going. It would be a little rare to not get one, but we're most likely going to get, because we have a 50% more chance to get it, and then we have 2%, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 extra chance on top of that. So we actually have a 66% chance to get Heist and delirium mirrors go up. And then we can go up here and grab harbingers. This will be good. This will give us a big boost in currency because harbinger bosses kind of no joke, but also give you a lot of currency. So we also get a little bit more chance of having additional harbingers. I have run into 2 harbingers in maps. I've had to hunt down the second one in the map because I usually only run into one of them on the way to the boss because it's in the boss arena itself with the boss. So yeah, that's what I've been using to have to deal with is harbingers on top of bosses. Yeah, that's not fun at all. We also have to go over here and get this because this gives you a big boost to our blueprints. Getting our blueprints because they'll start dropping blueprints and we can sell those for money, a lot of money, especially if we get the unusual gems repositories. Those will go for like 20 to 30 C usually. I haven't checked in a while. That may have changed, but they should still be going for a pretty good chunk of change because of the heist mechanics, how it works. And then we could go over here and get Eater Worlds stuff and Eater Worlds here. I might be skipping this for a while. I might go over here and get this one, but I'm really wanting to go up and get the Conqueror thing here. So we can get more chances of Conquerors coming. Don't really need that, but this is going to help us a whole lot there. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, and I got a pretty good thing going. I've been getting maps like I need when I've been playing. These 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to get, if I can do burrows, I'm going to get 7 points to put into my. So yeah, that's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll get me right close to getting this thing here, the tamper proof, and get me this so we can get more of that. And then we can, then I definitely will be, after I get that, going up and grabbing the Harbinger thing first, and then running over and grabbing, casing the joint. Or I might get casing the joint first, because that is, I think this would give us the more currency. I'll have to double the price of it. Yes. That'll be what I will be. So I hope everybody's liking this update. We just stink leaked our chess piece. And I was noticing while I was in the tier 14 and above maps, my damage was a little bit lacking. So now with having increased critical damage support on, we should be pretty good right now. I will actually do a POB dump. I can figure. Here is a POB. Drag it over here and get it set up for. Have an update POB 2. Export. Figure rate. Oh, I also got a lot safer now. Set up on it. Let me bring this up for you so you can see. There we go. All right. So this is our thing right now at the summon skeleton. Summon skeleton. 11 summon skeletons, 6,611 per second on the enemy. That's that's 601 times. That is our. My configuration is this. They do have power and frenzy charges usually, so instead, I could probably set them to 3 right now. Double Host and Carnage Chieftains. I do have life tap myself because it's usually going auto casting. None of this is set because we could put on the enemy shield because we do kill them pretty well, but not really worried about it. Sometimes I did turn on feeding frenzy and shield and stuff versus, and everything else is, and we do not, in case you haven't seen it yet, not turn on this to boss at all, any bosses, because of our chest piece negates all elemental resistances, including chaos, while my minions have energy shield. They bypass all elemental resistances. But a downside to that is we cannot penetrate at all. Our penetration, we cannot penetrate at all. They will have 0. We cannot lower it to like -1 at all. So it's not. There's no need to. So, and that's pretty much it. Eventually, I'm going to be getting this jewel socket here so we can put in another Ghastly Eye jewel. Eventually, we'll want to get a large medium cluster jewel. I think that is what I'll go for next. I'm going to have to wait to get some more regrets. I'm going to have to regret all this stuff and then put back in with the deal. Let me do this and turn this off. So I still have those regrets. I'm probably need them. I still have regret orbs I can go get in chapter 1 and 2 at least that I know of. So that'll give me some regrets back there. Let's see. I wanted to do my passage. And I also still have 14 of them. So I should have enough to regret all of that out. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them before I can take the jewel out. So that'll give me 8 points back. Then I can put them off into a large cluster jewel. Then put the medium cluster jewel. I'm going to have to watch that though, because I'll need to make sure I get the large cluster. It's going to be 65 chaos minutes for the ones I the okay, we're close to it. That's got 8 passives. So I'm probably going to have to spend, say, 6 points at minimum to get to the medium cluster jewel, and then another 2 points after that to get back to Blessed Rebirth. So 8 total. I'll have to have 8 total. This will give me 8 back, so that should be enough. Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure. There's going to be 2 jewel sockets on this thing, so I'm not sure. But this one gives us jewel, is minions regenerate 1% of their life per second. Minions have 5% chance to deal double damage while they're on full life, which is pretty good because they're going to be on full life a lot. Deal 15% increased damage and called it a slot. Minions created recently have a 10% increased attack and cast speed. Good. Minions created recently have 30% increased movement speed. Not really needed, but okay. Feasting themes. Minions have a 10% increased maximum life. Minions deal 10% increased damage, and minions leech damage as life. Okay. Okay, cool. So 65 to 70 chaos is what I'm looking at, which I'm pretty close. I still have 51 chaos left over from medium cluster. We could get extra renewal on that. That's a expensive jewel though. 1.5 exalts. 70 chaos or more. Yeah, the medium cluster jewel is going to be big. Gonna be big. So we could just hold on to our medium cluster jewel for a while till we get into the higher tier and getting them. We can spend more on it. I want to say this straight up. I'm having so much fun with this build. The build before this that I invested a lot of time into back during Metamorph, right when Sirius and the Conquerors came out. It was their first time coming out in the league. I played Summon Skeletons. Melee Summon Skeletons. Summoned Mage Skeletons was not good at all at that point. But some regular physical skeletons were great. They were awesome. And I killed Sirius on Awakener 8. And I pretty much quit the league after that because I reached my goal and I was done. They eventually nerfed melee skeletons, of course. It's still good, but I was doing like 2.5 something million DPS back then, and then the next league it was down to like 1.9 to 2 million. And I would say I was a medium investor into the build. I had the Animate Guardian, but my Animate Guardian was not even close to what this Animate Guardian I have right here. I didn't have Keymaker. I don't even think Double Guys was available back then. You could get Mask of the Stitch Demon, but shit, that was expensive back then because I think it was like right around when it came out. It was like 4 or 5 exalts for Mask of the Stitch Demon, and that was like a month into the league because it took me about a month to a month and a half to kill Sirius on Awakener 8. It was, Timeless Jewels were big. timeless jewels were big. I was running the chaos timeless jewel so I could get the it was a real easy way to get chaos resistance up. So yeah, it was a crap ton of fun. There's only one other build in my whole career that has been as equal to fun that I've had with these two builds, and that is the Nagama's Flame, I think is how you pronounce the first part. The Abyssal Axe, the axe from what's his name? Zolf, the two-handed axe. Cyclone. I was introduced to that as my what I should use if I wanted to learn Uberlab. And this was back when Uberlab was Uberlab. You couldn't get no higher than the level 75 area. Um, and I invested heavily into that build. That was the one before, and that was all it did. Is I got to maybe tier 8 maps on it, but then I had just completely concentrated on buying offerings and selling enchants and things and high level gems and quality, and made my money that way. Got a couple of Death Doors boots, which were worth like two and a half exalts back then. Yeah, that was my build that I learned Uberlab on. That's how I learned all the stuff. And then I found, the next one, that the other Uberlab build I usually run, which was champion ancestral war chief from the duelist tree, which gives you the taunt and the
When I'm ready, and not before.
what was it called? Not divine shield, resolute technique. But you didn't need to take resolute technique. You took the champion deal, which means if the enemy was taunted, the totems would never miss ever, so they could also do critical strikes then. And that was the thing. And Fortify was a whole lot better than it is now, of course. But it's still decent and viable right now. But that was the other Uber Lab runner I used. I didn't do the Blade Vortex Zoomy Zoom thing. I was still learning. I don't think I could do it because I don't think I have the reflexes for it. I'm even worse now than I was before. Oh yeah, I can tell you this. I got one of those. Where's the thing? One of these. I think I got this one here. Decorated or dedication to the goddess, I think is what it's called. Level 83 area. The traps kicked my ass. That's what I eventually died to. I couldn't go through it. I was running what I'm running right now. If I was serious about it, I would put on another life flask. I would probably put on a granite flask instead of the quicksilver flask. I would turn on Chrysalith. Where are you at, Riz? Here, where we get life charges back. And I probably also would have waited until I had the Midnight's Howl, so I could get more life recovery when I'm low on life. My second life flask would have been increased recovery rate, and then something else on top. I'm not sure what. I didn't need the bleed since I already had bleed here. Or I would have got a pretty close to maxed out Karui life flask. I think it's a sanctified life flask of the Karui or whatever it is. Karui, Karui, I think is how you spell it. And it was that would have been really good as well. That's your life flask of choice if you want to go heavily into life. That will fill you up very, very good, because lots of people sleep on that flask, and I don't know why. The way the flask works, let me... blood occur. And get a window so you can see. Where is it? Window capture. Yeah, that works. Okay. So 50% increased life recovery rate. Great. So you get more life recovery. It's also a 2,190 life over 3 seconds. And life recovered, 50% increased life recovered, but reduced recovery rate. Okay. So why is that? What's makes it so great? This one. Recover full life at the end of flask effect. So say you're putting this on, it's going to start giving you. If you get hit and you have 1 life remaining and the flask runs out, boom, you're back to full life. No matter what. As long as you don't die before the end of this flask effect, which is 3 seconds, you'll live. So yeah, it's why it's so good. It's this one. Recover full life at the end of the flask effect. So you basically have a bubbling going on with this effect, because bubbling kind of does it. It's not instant. Let me turn this back off. It's not instant, as you can see. Bubbling, it says uberlant, but trust me, it's bubbling, because that's what it was at first. It gives you 50% reduced amount recovered, 135% increased recovery rate, and 50% of the recovery is applied instantly. So it's the sanctified life flask thing, the Karui, is kind of like that. It will not give you the recovery applied instantly, and it doesn't have the increased recovery rate, but it has increased amount recovered instead of reduced. And then at the end, it's an instant effect. It instantly fills your health. It doesn't gradually fill your health. It's instant, snap instant, that the life flask will give you your health back. That's the way that works. And people are strange about this life flask. It's, if you want a life flask, a second life flask, or even a first life flask, if you don't need something that gives you bleeding to immunity, like if you have it on another one of your flasks, if you don't need the remove corrupted blood and immunity, you can have the blood of the Karui sanctified life flask instead, and pretty much have a bubbling ebullient divine life flask on it. It's basically the same thing, except for, you know, you have reduced recovery rate and instead of increased recovery rate, but you do get more life back at the end because it fills you up from 1. You have 1 life. If I had 1 life, I would recover 4,408 of it instantly. I would go straight back to full life. So yeah, that's I'm very upset people keep not thinking about that. it's the best life flask you could get in the game, unless you need
and not before.
blood removal on your life, unless you want blood removal on your life flask. Sorry, rant over. I'm getting close. I only have 2 units of power left, and I'm 91% towards the next. So I'm getting close to being able to redo this just a little bit. I'll be getting rid of the increased sentinel power because I'll no longer need it because I'll. But yeah. So, rant over. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. We got a 6 link. Yay. Let's come back next time and have more fun. All right. Bye.